Greetings, beauties all over the world, coming to you from my home, out in the peace and tranquility of South Australia. Actually, I'm about to get into some work. If you can see, I got my trusty old boots on. And I've got to go out and finish with these date palms. I'm almost there. I'm getting it going. I'm getting it done, I should say. But it's taking a lot of time. But this is the time when they have to be planted, and they're getting planted, and then it's just constant maintenance after. But I'm hoping that apparently this time of year, or around the 25th of April, is when the rain breaks, like the weather breaks and it starts raining, it gets cold. I'm all for it, and I want it to happen, so then I don't have to go out and water every few days all these hundreds of date palms. So there's a lot to water and put weed mat down for, and slowly I'm doing it. So I hope wherever you are in the world, you're also in a good place. And I want to talk about a couple of things, but the most important thing with the events that have been taking place, I hope that this has been an eye-opener for you. It really was inevitable. There is so much being thrown around right now, but we can see how the human race as a global population has reacted to an event such as this one, this pandemic. And whether it is real, whether it is not real, as in the virus, because there's a lot of information being thrown around the world about the event. Whether it's real, whether it's not real, is beside the point. What is real, 100% real, is the fear that has infected the hearts of humanity. What is real is the fear that this event has caused. Humans have forgotten who they are. They have forgotten their source, their creation, and they have given this fear permission to seep into their hearts, causing a separation that is so artificial, that is so unnatural, that it is weakening their system. It is weakening their emotional well-being. It's weakening everything about them in general and on a fundamental level. That is 100% real. So whether or not this virus is real, it does not matter. That's beside the point. What is real is the fear that it has invoked within the human race and brought us to our knees. And that is absolutely criminal. This fear is criminal. And we should not be feeling like this. And fear, on a fundamental level, is the absence of love. And if you feel this fear, if you feel this separation from your true, authentic self, which is love, then you've got to do some work. And you've got to question why. Why have you allowed this event to cause such, a fear rippling within that heart of yours? Have you forgotten who you are? Have you forgotten what you have been created from? You are divine in makeup, in composition, in energy, on all levels. And this humanity is but one tiny fragment of the entire spectrum, of the totality of what you are. And so when I have seen this fear in people and this aggression and this anger, you know, especially in supermarkets and the panic, this has consequently created, I just think, what the hell has happened? How could people forget so easily? Of course people forget so easily because a lot of people are still not consciously aware. They don't even know what they are. A lot of people believe that they are just flesh and blood. And when they take their last breath, that is all they are. Just flesh and blood. But we know we are so much more than that. And so most of you, especially you guys here listening in, you know better. You know better. You see this for what it is. You see it as the catalyst for what it is, because that is innately, at its core, what it is. It is a catalyst. Catalyst for change. And you can use this change of positive or of negative, or anywhere in between, because ultimately your perspective is your own. Your perspective on life is your own, and the reality that you create is your own. So everybody has their own perspective of how they have witnessed and experienced and observed this current situation. But the criminal aspect of it is the fear that it has invoked. The allowance of this fear to seep in, bigger than the virus itself, should you believe the virus even exists. The permission that humanity has given for this fear to seep in and infect their hearts is criminal. But that just shows you how quick humanity has become subservient to the control that is loitering and has loitered throughout the ages of our planet. I see it for what it is. And humanity, we have been a slave to this control forever. We have allowed but only a handful to control the direction of billions of people on this planet for way too long. These people in power have been in power on grounds so unjust for far too long. They are over expired. And it is about damn time that we as a humanity, we as a race, stand up for what is the truth and take control over our own lives. We put them there. We put them in power. We put them in power either directly or indirectly. We keep them in power by using their devices. We keep them in power by watching their channels or watching their news. We keep them there by focusing our energy in their reality. And they know this, but we don't. Most of us don't. And so, in order for us to create the change and the reality that we want to see on a global level, the change that we want to bring, we have to take our power back. We have to not put these people, these creatures on a pedestal. We are divine. How are we so willing to give our power over? You can't depend on anybody but yourself. So what you can do for yourself is to embrace this change for the better. Create the golden age. We are on the cusp of a beautiful golden age. So move into that. Move into the reality that you want to see for yourself. I'm in that golden age. I'm moving through the cusp of that golden age, and I'm creating the environment and the reality that I want to see in my life. And it's coming to fruition. I'm seeing the fruits of my labor. I'm seeing the result of where I've directed my energy. And I'm not perfect, believe me. I've had my trials and tribulations as well, and many of you know that. And we all have. But I know where I'm going. I am procreation. I am all about life creation. And I'm doing my little part here on this parcel of land. Every day I'm out planting. Every day I'm out nurturing. I'm harnessing the love frequency of Mother Earth. I feel her breathing. I feel her pulse all around me. And the more I give back and put into her soils, the more I am reaping in return, the more information she gives me, the more healing she gives me, the peace she gives me. It is just a flawless dance of unification. It is incredible. And you know, it's not always easy, but I see the end result. And now I'm getting little signs that I'm on the right track. The feeling, first of all, is the barometer. It's the needle of the compass. The feeling is the language. And it's speaking to my heart that I know I'm on the right track. But seeing the fruits of my labor, seeing limes on my trees, seeing I picked my olives off my olive tree, seeing my date palms that I grew from seed that are now, you know, this big, and they're beautiful fronds, thick and waxy. And you know, my bigger date palms, seeing their big needles on them, and their beautiful big, heavy, tough fronds. Oh my gosh, it warms my heart like nothing else. And so yes, I am moving through the cusp into that golden age. I see and I know what's happening around me, but I choose life. I choose creation. I choose to be as close to Mother Earth as I can be. Nurturing her, talking to her, understanding her more and more every day. This is what it's all about for me. And I hope that you too are moving into the reality that you want to see for yourself in years to come. Finding your own water, finding your own land. You might look at a parcel of land and it might just be dust and soil and nothing. Believe me, give her a chance. You can rejuvenate that. You can turn any soil that is bad and that's been ravaged and savaged, and you can turn that into beautiful, pristine, rich environment. You can turn that into a beautiful, rich environment to create and nurture life. You can totally do that. I mean, this land here, my gosh, there was hardly anything on here. There was one poor old peach tree that hadn't been watered for God knows how long. And as soon as I gave her water, and not even that much, oh my God, I've had the best crop of peaches that I ever have had. And so much so that the branches were so heavy with peaches that they were dropping on the ground. They could not hold the weight of the peaches. I mean, that is just such a return of abundance and just makes my heart fuzz out so much. And so, you know, the land here, I saw the potential. I felt the potential. And I'm seeing it now. And it's not easy. In the beginning, it can be hard to see the vision when things grow so slow, but now I'm seeing it. And it spurs me on and I'm inspired. And then you wait for it. You will see the return of abundance in droves, in waves, in tidal waves. It's so exciting. So wherever you're at, know that when you feel love, you are close to your source. You are closest to your authentic self. And it's what you should be following and what should be guiding every thought, every deed, every action, everything that you do. But should you feel fear, know that that is a signal and a sign that you are separated from your source, from yourself, from your true self. So recognize it for what it is. Don't buy into what you don't want. And like I said so many times before, if it wasn't a virus, it would have been something else to create a fear-mongering situation. Use it as a catalyst. Use it as the change that you want in your life. Remember who you are. This human shell is just one little strand of your beautiful cosmic tapestry.